the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
Joe, I don't appreciate you moving this to the Hawks. I was trying to focus on the Wizards. I get enough of the Hawks in my life. They're not more interesting. Your team is finding new creative ways to lose every single night. Jordan Poole's taking off-balance threes at the buzzer, just all kinds of crazy stuff. Like someone who you said you got wrong. I'm curious what you got wrong about the Wizards coming into the year and what you got right. What are you looking at this point in the year that specifically that fills those two questions for me?
So in a general sense, I thought that this Washington team, with some of the experience of the guys, of the starters, would be in a mode of trying to compete for the purposes of building up their own credibility, their own trade value for whatever their next job might be. Because I don't think that any of the guys on the Wizards right now look at the situation and say, I'm going to be here for the next 10 years. There isn't, notwithstanding, I mean, from Kuzma all the way down, they just extended Denny Avdia. I think they all recognize that all of them are fungible. All of them, concept-wise, are movable parts for a team that's yet to come down the road. The only player I will say that I hope is with the Wizards in 10 years is Bilal Coulibaly, who is the real deal. He is 18 years old, and that kid has defense in his DNA. And I have him pegged. You know, I'll be looking at the futures markets, not to bring everything back to gambling, Chase, but I will be looking at the futures markets each of the next handful of years for steals leader and try and catch a good price on him. At some point, the league will catch on, but he's an incredible defender intuitively. And
who does he remind you of?
Man, he's super long wingspan wise, and he moves on the perimeter so well. It's going to be very hard to not like put him in like superlative class, and I don't intend to do this. But the way that he can cover one side of the court to the other side of the court, wingspan and hand wise, and the way that he's able to defend that way, it's like in the class of maybe like Kawhi. You know, like,
oh, wow.
Now, again, this is all potential. We have no idea. And he doesn't have giant Kawhi hands, but young Kawhi who could be active from side to side and get off of screens and get out to the shooter. He's got that DNA in him. So he's the guy that I'm thrilled to have. But the misjudgment by me was the notion that this team, with proven Tyus Jones, proven veteran, Jordan Poole, eager to wipe away, some of the bad taste that occurred in Golden State, a guy who I think thinks in his own head could be a significant contributor to a winning team and just didn't get all the opportunity that he wanted in Golden State. Go.
Nicely done, nephew. The Chase Thomas Podcast. Hell yeah.